Today we have a tutorial for The Lion Sleeps Tonight. This is an easy ukulele song with only 3 chords, and we're going to use it to learn the chucking strum. And I'm also going to show some other strum variations for the song. So if you'd like to download a chord chart, there's a link up here and in the description box below. First we'll do a playthrough, so just sing along and get a sense of how the song goes, and afterwards I will break down the chucking strum and those other strum variations. Here's the playthrough. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the jungle, the quiet jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. 2, 3, 4. Oh, we away, oh, we away, oh, we away. So let's get started by focusing on the left hand first. Before we get into all those strumming and strumming variations, let's focus on the chords and the chord movement. So our 3 chords, we have C, we have F, and we have G7. Nice beginner-friendly chords. If you've done my beginner series of lessons, then you've learned those 3 chords, right? Now let's look at how the chords move. So if we play through the verse on single strums, it's already single strums, then we can get a sense of how the chords move, okay? So single strums, in the jungle, C, in the jungle. Now hover these 2 fingers for F, and put them down, and the mighty jungle, back to C, the lion sleeps. Now slide that ring finger back for G7, add the 2 fingers, sleeps tonight. Okay, that's it. C, F, C, G7, just like the verse of Brown Eyed Girl if you did that lesson. Okay, now let's do the second line and go through it without stopping. Here we go. In the jungle, the quiet jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. All right, I really like sliding from the C to the G7. I think it makes that a lot faster, so that's something you can work on. Now let's take that same chord pattern and go to the chorus. This is the chord pattern for the entire song. So you could just play the entire song like that on your single strums, and that'd be perfectly fine. To jazz it up a little bit, since there's more activity in the chorus, we're going to add the chucking strum. But first, let's learn it with single strums and build up to the chucking strum, okay? So chorus, single strums, all right? We're gonna sing the awima ways, and the down strum's on the weem, okay? On the C, awima way to the F, awima way, back to C, awima way, slide back G7, weema way. Let's do that chorus again without stopping, all right? Weema way, 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 weema way. Good. So you can pause there and just practice that chord movement if you need the practice. Otherwise, let's move on and see if we can start moving towards our chucking strum. We're not going to chuck quite yet, okay? First, what we're going to do is look at what the right hand is doing for the chucking strum. And all it's doing is a down, up strum. So why don't you go ahead and mute your strings. That means just with your left hand, touch the strings very lightly so that they don't make sound, okay? And then you're just going to do the down up pattern. We're going to do the down up pattern with the weem away, weem away. Okay, so it's down on weem, weem, and then down again on way, weem, way, Okay, let's try that a little more, and maybe more in time. Weem away, 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 weem away. Okay, so that's what the right hand is doing. Let's try that with the chord movement in the left hand. Okay. All right, we'll go slow. Ready? So we'll go on the C. Weem away, weem away, Now you're switching and down on the weem. Weem away, weem away, Back to C. Weem away, weem away, G7, down on weem. Weem away, weem away, Now let's try that all the way through without stopping. Ready? Weem away, 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 weem away. Okay? So you might need to pause there and just kind of get that down up strum, but the reason why I like using this song to teach the chucking strum is because that rhythm goes right with the weem away, weem away, weem away. Okay, so now let's try to add that chuck. Okay, now you could do my chucking tutorial. There'll be a link for it up there. I have a how to chuck tutorial which breaks it all down. If you already know how to chuck, I'm just going to give you a little refresher, and if you don't know how to chuck, you probably want to pause and spend some time with that tutorial. But essentially, a chuck is a sound that you can make by strumming your ukulele. Let's say if we're on C, you strum, and then you use the heel of your hand to push the strings into the fretboard, okay? So if you start doing that faster, you go, and then you go, and it makes a chuck sound, okay? So that's what a chuck is. Check out that tutorial. And then we're going to add that to our down, up strum, and we're going to add a chuck on every other down, okay? So it goes down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, which goes in line with weem, way, weem, way, okay? So slowly on the C, we're not going through the chords yet, just on the C, we're going down on weem, weem, chuck on way, way, and then strum back up on again, weem, way, let's keep going, weem, way, weem, way, weem, way, weem, way, okay, now let's switch to our F, down on weem, weem, away, weem, away, back to C, ready, weem, away, weem, away, slide to G7, weem, away, weem, away, okay? If you need to slow that down, in YouTube, if you hit the gear icon in the lower right corner, you can make that 3/4 speed, half speed, okay? Then you practice like weem, way, right? Okay? Give yourself the time to practice that. Let's try that through without stopping and see how that goes, okay? Right? Ready? Here we go. 2, 3, 4. a weem away, a weem to the F, a weem away, a weem to the C, weem away, a weem G7, a weem away, a weem. One more time. A weem away, 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 a weem away. Okay? Right? If you need to, focus on the down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up before adding the chuck. Right? And what I like to say is fake it till you make it when it comes to the chuck, okay? Don't get so hung up on the chuck that you don't go on with the song, right? So if you're going down, up, you're trying to do the chuck, good. Just keep trying it and keep your arm moving with the down, up strum motion, okay? So let's try the chorus one more time before we move on to the verse. Okay, ready? Together on the C. Remember, it's down on the weem and chuck on the way. We'll go slow. 2, 3, 4. A weem away, a weem away, F, a weem away, a weem away, a weem away, a weem away, a weem away. One more time. A weem away, 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 a weem away. Okay? Now, let's move on to the third verse. And you'll see here, you could do single strums again, right? Near the village. What I do is I add a knock that just adds a little extra percussion and rhythm, okay? So this is what it sounds like. I go strum on 1, near the village, which is technically, if you're counting, the 2 and 4. So 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. But the ones are all the same as before. Near the village, the peaceful village, the lion sleeps tonight. What you can do first to start is knock on the 2 and the 4. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you could do that to add a little variety. Start there, and then you'll get the feel for the 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. Now let's try that singing through. Okay, ready? Near the village, and near the village, the peaceful village, the lion sleeps tonight. Near the village, the quiet village, the lion sleeps tonight. Okay, and now we go to our second chorus, and you can sing the Awima Way vocal layer, but I find that everybody wants to sing the high part. So the Awima Way helps you with the chucking strum. We're going to do the chucking strum now and sing the high part. Okay, ready? Same chucking strum as before. C, 2, 3. Away. Get together with some friends and half of you do the awee and half of you do the awee, but everybody's going to fight over the high part because everybody wants to sing the high part. Okay, so after that second chorus, you're going to move to the third verse, and here I actually don't even have any chords or strumming. You can do the single strums. You can do hush my darling, don't fear my darling, but my variation here is to mute all the strings and do an island strum. So it sounds like this. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, up. You're essentially just kind of scratching a rhythm on your strings, and it just adds something a little bit different. Also, this verse is about hush, my darling, so it's a little quieter, right? Okay, so let's try that slowly together, okay? The island strum. I'll count it first, and then we'll sing. Slowly, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, Okay, let's try to sing it here. Hush, my darling, don't fear, my darling, the lion sleeps tonight. Hush, my darling, don't cry, my darling, the lion sleeps tonight. Now back to the chorus, chucking strum. Ready? 2, 3. Let's go to our outro to finish up. Single strums. The lion sleeps tonight. And then a little finishing strum just down and up. All right. So that's your lion sleeps tonight. Yeah, take some time and focus on that chucking strum. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, comment, share with your ukulele friends. Today I'm playing Tide Music's Learner Uk. It's pretty cool. It has a circle of fifths on the front. It's made of solid wood. That's why you get the nice knocking sound. It's walnut on top, California woods here. Yeah, it has the C scale notes etched into it, and it also has chord diagrams etched into the top side, so I can look down and have a cheat sheet. Actually, it's called the Learner Uk, but I find it's really great for teaching. If I give this to beginner students and they ask, what's a C? I could be like, look over here, yeah? So if you're interested, I'll put a discount code for that down in the description box. I'm also going to be in New York, teaching in New York and in LA, performing and teaching in both places, New York, LA, and then here in San Francisco for SF Oktoberfest. So maybe I'll see you at one of those events as well. Thanks so much for watching. Happy chucking and strumming, and I will see you guys next time. Ciao. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life you were only waiting for this moment to arrive.